Even though there's more snow headed our direction, your friendly neighborhood mechanic says a car wash now could save you a repair later on. We'll tell you what all of the salt out on the roads could do to your ride.
And a Sauk County village is working on a plan to move their downtown buildings out of a flood zone to prevent seeing this scene from last summer ever again.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now This Morning.
Good morning and welcome to News 3 Now This Morning on this Thursday, February 21st. I think we all need to take a deep breath and be happy for the sunshine in the forecast today, because it's not sticking around for very long.
No, we have a couple of days with quiet weather, a chance to clean up after the latest storm. We had just over 3 inches of snow here in Madison. A very wet, heavy snow, though. If you were out shoveling it, kind of felt like you were shoveling wet cement at times. Here's a live look from the WISC-TV sky cam. Skies are clear here, so a beautiful sunrise underway. Sun comes up about 6:45, so about 45 minutes from now. Temperatures this morning are in the teens. We've dropped 3 degrees in the last hour. I can tell you it's cold outside. 15 in Madison and the Dells, 15 in Platteville. It's only part of the story. There is a wind in some locations, so wind chills are in the single digits. Got to bundle up early today, but that sun will feel nice later on. Temperatures will climb to highs in the upper 20s this afternoon. Now, you should have a much easier time getting to work and school today than you did yesterday. Here's a look at your first alert traffic maps. No issues to report right now in the Madison area, and looks like those surrounding communities, you're still going at posted speeds as you drive into Madison.
We deserve this. It's been like the wild, wild west out there in terms of winter weather lately. Like, we can't get a break.
Yeah, for the last month, it's been almost steady.
Yeah, so glad to have some sun. All right, thank you, Hattie.
You're welcome.
So the experts call it the Rust Belt, apparently, for a reason. Winter driving concerns do not stop with slick roads.
Yeah, the salt can do major damage, potentially putting your family and others at risk. Christina Laurie is lounging out at an auto spa off Verona Road with the explanation. Good morning, Christina.
Leah, you know it's not that kind of spa, but the good news is we finally have a couple of days without snow in the forecast, and auto experts say you should not waste any time heading here to this kind of spa, the car wash, and do not go cheap on it. That's because they say salt can damage your car's clear finish, promote rust, and affect the mechanics of your vehicle. That's why it's crucial to get your undercarriage washed, even if it means going to the do-it-yourself kind of car wash like we're at this morning. Washing the salt and sand away from certain areas like your exhaust brakes, steering, and suspension will help you avoid a major breakdown or safety issue out on the road. It's easy things Westtown Monona Tire says that can save you big money down the road.
Anytime you have routine maintenance done, you can stay ahead of any potential problems that are starting to arise. You can lubricate different components of the vehicle, so next time that you do have to service it, things come apart easier. It's easier to do the maintenance.
Some things to remember in addition to washing the undercarriage are any sort of crevices, door jams, and wheel wells. That will not only just make it easier for mechanics to do their job, but it will also help your car hold its value over time, even though there may be more snow on the way. Auto experts recommend you wash your car every 2 weeks, especially during the winter months when we're seeing a record amount of salt put out on the roads in our area. I know last week they salted every street in the city, and it's the first time in decades they had done that.
All right, good reminder, both our cars and us, we all deserve a spa day every once in a while. Christina Laurie reporting live for us. Thank you, Christina.
So even with Madison plows clearing out the rest of the snow this morning, they're expected to be out a couple more hours here. There is still a possibility for something like this to happen. Nebraska state troopers say black ice is to blame for an 11-vehicle pileup on an interstate yesterday. It shut down the eastbound side of that highway for 3.5 hours. 2 people were injured, and the crash actually happened on a bridge. So it's worth repeating the reminder from Wisconsin State Patrol about bridges being icier than other parts of the road since they have cold air coming from above and below the pavement. Troopers say to slow down, avoid cruise control, and keep the wheel steady.
There are accidents all over the place. Try to avoid the highway if you can.
That's the message from officials up in Marathon County. They count nearly 100 calls about weather-related crashes just yesterday, including 77 crashes with serious damage. This video is from Wausau, where traffic on Highway 29 was backed up for more than an hour while emergency crews responded to a multi-car crash there near the Wisconsin River Bridge. And over in Jefferson County, a stretch of Highway 26 near Watertown is back open this morning after being closed for about 5 hours yesterday. We're waiting for authorities to identify the person who was killed in a multi-car crash there. The sheriff's department says a car rear-ended a tanker truck, then a third car hit them, causing one of those vehicles to burst into flames.
6:05 right now, and back in Madison, an acting middle school administrator is on leave this morning after a student claimed he pulled out some of her hair. The 11-year-old girl came home last Wednesday from Whitehorse Middle School and told her mom that the acting principal, Rob Muller-Owens, tore out 3 of her braids. She says it started when she and a classmate were spraying too much perfume in class, and then the teacher called Muller-Owens to handle the situation. The girl's mother, Makia Price, says she and her pastor saw surveillance video that showed Muller-Owens pushing the girl across the hall and falling on top of her. The district is not releasing that footage until the investigation is complete. And even though Muller-Owens is on leave and won't return to Whitehorse Middle, Price says the entire process has been a frustrating one.
Just the whole experience is just traumatic and devastating and just confusing, and I'm just super disgusted at the whole incident that, you know, I sent my kid to school to learn, and that's a place of where a mother sent a kid to be comfortable in. I just feel violated in so many ways, me and my daughter, that this even happened to her.
Muller-Owens works for the district as a positive behavior support coach, even traveling to the White House with Superintendent Jennifer Cheatham to strategize on the best restorative discipline practices.
In Rock County, the Beloit School District says a teacher accused of sexually assaulting a student could return back to work if charges aren't filed. 53-year-old Scott Abbott is out of jail this morning. He was released Tuesday night, about a month before his next court appearance. School administrators tell News 3 Now the arrest was made after a student said they were assaulted earlier this month in front of another student. Beloit police say Abbott's release from jail was a decision made by the district attorney. Abbott has a tentative court date set for March 26, but he isn't currently facing any charges. A spokesperson with the school district says he could possibly go back to school if he's not charged with anything.
Just into the Channel 3000 Alert Center this morning, a Chicago police spokesperson says Jesse Smollett has turned himself in for filing a false police report. Now, the actor, best known for his role on Empire, faces a felony charge after accusing 2 masked men of attacking him last month. He told police they yelled racial and homophobic slurs at him and looped a rope around his neck. Now those attackers say the actor paid them. Chicago police do plan to hold a news conference this morning before Smollett's court appearance later on today.
New this morning, a Sauk County village is working on plans to move its downtown out of a floodplain after being hit with 27 feet of water over the summer. The Rock River runs through the center of Rock Springs. Madison.com reports the village's first priority is to rebuild the tax base by bringing in new businesses after losing 2 restaurants to that flooding. There are plans to offer up the village fire station's lot to an investor to convert it into a restaurant or purchase land over on Railroad Street in that town instead. Meanwhile, village leaders are considering moving town properties to a 4-acre lot on that street that would host a library, dining space, kitchen and truck areas for fire and village services. They're also considering a deal with the town of Excelsior to possibly move its village office into their hometown.
Meanwhile, all the snow that's piled up right now will melt eventually, but how quickly that happens could end up being a problem. The National Weather Service is set to announce its first spring snow melt flood outlook later on today. Those meteorologists look at things like where the biggest snowpacks are and the amount of precipitation we saw in the fall, as well as how much rain we could get in the spring to help determine our risk for spring flooding. Today's report will be just the first round of analysis. An updated outlook will be released in a couple of weeks. 6:09 right now. Thousands of people in our area, young and old, are struggling to keep the heat on this winter, and in a season where we've seen wind chills far below zero, we are hoping our amazing viewers can help them out. We are previewing our Day of Warmth telethon right after the break.
Speaking of staying warm, plenty of sunshine and highs around 30 today and tomorrow, but the big weather story comes this weekend. Hattie's giving us a heads up on that when News 3 Now this morning continues.
Good morning from the Hattie-O patio. Skies are clear this morning, but we're starting off on kind of a cold note. Should be a little easier to get around town though today with no snow in the forecast. Take a look at the radar map, zoomed out around the area. Things look pretty quiet, just a few light snow showers to our north and east out over the UP and then lower Michigan. But for Wisconsin, especially the southern part of the state, things are going to be quiet today. And we need a chance to clean up. We had generally in the area 3 to 4 inches of snow with the exception of far southern Wisconsin, where 1 to 2 inches fell. Muscadet picked up 4.5. Officially at the Madison airport, 3.3 inches of some very wet, heavy snow. Now, again, that leaves the snowpack looking pretty impressive across the Badger State. The Northwoods, especially, with almost 2 feet of snow on the ground in many locations. So after a very slow start to the snow season, things have really picked up over the last month. And here in southern Wisconsin, almost everyone has at least 6 inches of snow on the ground, with many locations closer to a foot. Some of that will be melting over the next couple of days. Take a live look from the Edgewater Skycam. Skies are mostly clear. We have a great view of the Capitol early this morning. No issues with fog, but it is chilly. 15 here in Madison and the Dells, down to 13 in Camp Douglas and 11 in Viroqua. Janesville still above 20 degrees, but that number is dropping as well. Winds are from the southwest, around 5 to 10 miles per hour right now. So if there is a wind chill, it's in the single digits. You got to bundle up as you head out the door early. We do have the benefit of sunshine, though, through the day, with temperatures climbing back into the mid-20s by lunchtime, topping in the upper 20s, real close to 30 degrees. Many locations that are in the sun, though, will likely start to melt today. Now, as we head into the overnight hours, it is going to be pretty chilly around here tonight. Temperatures will drop back into the single digits. We are looking ahead to the next storm system, though. It's only a couple of days away. Starting late Friday into early Saturday, some snow and mixed precipitation spread across southern Wisconsin. So if you have travel plans early Saturday morning, it may be icy across southern Wisconsin. Now, warm air moves in and temperatures climb into the mid and upper 30s, close to 40 degrees for a high on Saturday. Rain is expected, and it may be heavy at times. And with all this snow on the ground and then additional rain falling, that could create some problems with flooding. It will eventually change back to snow as we head through the day on Sunday, with some accumulation possible. Your extended forecast has temperatures hitting highs above the freezing point tomorrow, 34 degrees with partly sunny skies. Then for the weekend, a messy mix. It will definitely be messy around here. Temperatures cool down next week. By the end of next week, we're back to highs in the teens. Now let's get a look at your First Alert traffic maps this morning with Jason Stone. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning. No major incidents to report at this time. Drivers are safely getting on the Beltline without delay and driving the posted speed limit. Commuters around Dane County will have mostly clear routes. Delays are starting on Verona Road at the intersections between the Beltline and Highway PD. And for those heading downtown, traffic is running smooth with just minor delays on East Wash. With your First Alert traffic, I am Jason Stone.
Thank you very much, Jason. And of course, thank you, Hattie. So some 200,000 people in Wisconsin struggle each year to meet basic survival needs. We're talking about things like heating their homes. And today, News 3 Now is hoping you can all help.
We are partnering with Energy Services, Inc. for a Day of Warmth telethon, collecting donations for the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. Bev Shook is here from that organization to share how much of a difference your contribution could make. Good morning, Bev.
Good morning.
Good morning. So what I want to start with is just how big of a need there really is in our community, because I don't think folks really realize that.
And that's probably true. Last year alone, we served over 5,300 households with the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund.
Wow.
And we continue to provide that assistance. Those numbers keep growing. We continue to provide that assistance each year to those vulnerable households.
When you say vulnerable, Bev, who are we talking about here? What kind of households, what kind of people are we helping?
At-risk elderly, disabled, veterans. We really concentrate on those households that are really having difficulty.
And you have been a part of this initiative for 10 years. What keeps you coming back?
Our mission and purpose is just so valuable to all of the communities that we serve. We can go into every community in the state of Wisconsin with our fund and really make a difference for those folks.
In your 10 years, have you seen this issue get better, worse? Is it staying the same? I mean, what are you seeing out there?
Primarily, it is growing in numbers, which is you know, it's a double-edged sword. It's great that we can help. It's
Sure.
unfortunate that the numbers are growing, but, you know, during economic times, it's really important for this fund to be able to step in and help those folks that are falling on hard times.
Have you had an opportunity to talk with those folks? How do they respond to this help?
They're very grateful for the help that we can provide. We get many, many thank you letters that we publish in our connection, in our newsletter, anonymously, of course. But we get many thank you letters every day from folks that are just grateful to have the help.
Yeah. We want to make sure people know about the telethon going on today, because we're really hoping folks can call in. Bev, kind of talk about what's going on today and what you're hoping to see and what you want people to know.
Well, I believe at approximately 4 o'clock today.
That is right. Yeah.
We are going to start our Day of Warmth telethon, although if you go to our website right now, you have the ability to donate as well. We do have a team of people from Energy Services and Keep Wisconsin Warm Coal Fund that will be here manning a phone bank for about 2.5 hours. I believe there's also some other segments at 4 and at 6 where we will have other individuals from our organization here to talk about the good work that we do and to talk about how people can donate to the fund.
And 90 cents of every dollar, I want to make sure we point this out, actually goes back to the community.
Yes.
So we want to make sure people know that and understand that their money is going back to the people who need it.
Correct.
Yeah.
That is correct. And that's something that we are also very proud of, that the majority of those funds are going right back into the community to serve those folks.
Such an important initiative, and we are so proud to be a part of it. Thanks so much for talking about it with us this morning.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate our partnership.
We'll see you back later.
All right. Thank you.
So I don't know about you, but I am just tired. I'm tired of shoveling, tired of sliding to a stop on the roads, tired of staying inside, and tired is just the start of what this weather can do to our psyche.
Yeah, we're going to need some advice on beating the winter blues because we have more nasty weather ahead. Hattie's got an update on your first alert forecast. That's next on News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning from the News 3 Now First Alert Weather Center. We're starting with temperatures in the teens this morning, but we have some sunshine in the forecast today. Take a look at those current numbers. 15 here in Madison, 15 in the Dells, 18 in Monroe, as well as Mineral Point, down to 11 in Viroqua. Temperatures will climb a little bit today, but winds will stay on the cool side. Wind chills right now are in the single digits in many locations. So you still need all the winter gear today, even despite that sun. The sun will feel nice this afternoon with high temperatures climbing to 29 degrees later on today. Expect mostly sunny skies through the day. Have a wonderful day.
We certainly will. Thank you so much, Hattie. So again, I keep saying this morning, but I feel like a little kid on a long car ride looking at spring. It's just 27 days away, folks. We can make it, but I'm still asking Hattie, are we there yet? Because I know a lot of us are wondering if the snow, whatever else, will ever end.
So close yet so far. But all kidding aside, this snow can have a serious impact on your mental health. According to Journey Mental Health Center, the winter can be more than just a bummer to people who suffer from seasonal affective disorder.
Those people may be sleeping much longer than they would normally sleep, taking lots of naps, not reaching out to friends and family, staying home from work, not getting the exercise that they would normally want to participate in. They may withdraw.
There are a few surefire ways to help boost your mood. Professionals recommend forcing yourself to take part in activities that can help with those symptoms. Things like tweaking your diet, adding exercise, and just getting out and spending time with friends. Experts say seasonal affective disorder tends to appear between the ages of 18 and 30 and is more common in women. A serious problem.
Oh, yeah.
All right, 6:24 your time now. Governor Evers is working on a new tax cut plan after issuing the first veto from his new office this week.
We'll have more on that, plus the top Wisconsin lawmakers demanding a review of the National Guard and its policies after a woman said her harassment report wasn't investigated for years. The day's top stories are next on News 3 Now this morning.
The man being sentenced for making explosives in his apartment appeared to be plotting an attack on the UW-Madison campus. We'll take a look at newly released photos of his plans.
It's been a snow-filled month and even more is on the way, but why auto experts say you should get your car washed today, even if it's going to snow again this weekend.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning and welcome to the final half hour of News 3 Now this morning on this Thursday, February 21st. Great advice from Christina and a great day to do it since it's going to be so sunny out.
I have it on my to-do list. I wrote it down already.
Girl.
Got to remind myself.
Responsible.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see if it actually happens. Let's turn it over to Hattie now with a look at the sunny day ahead. Hattie, it doesn't feel right to say the word sunshine anymore. My goodness.
Well, it doesn't feel normal, that's for sure, but it should be right. We deserve some sunshine. We've had quite a parade of storms going through the area, but at least a couple-day break from the active weather patterns. So we have sunshine in our forecast today. Take a look at this live look from our Queen Bee Radio Sky Cam. Beautiful shot in Platteville this morning. Looks pretty chilly, but I like the colors in the sky early today. Take a look at your weather track map showing satellite and radar combined. Skies have cleared across all of southern Wisconsin. In fact, there's a great view of the nearly full moon in the western sky this morning before it sets. Now, here's a look at your temperatures. We're in the teens, so it is cold outside. Temperatures ranging from 13 in Platteville to about 21 in Janesville. That's the warm spot. Most of us, though, are starting in the teens. There's a little wind chill as well. Day planner temperatures, though, take us to highs in the upper 20s with plenty of sunshine through the afternoon. So even though it's still cold today, that sun is going to feel pretty nice later on. Here's a look at your first alert traffic maps this morning. Nothing really to report, which is great news. You shouldn't have any issues weather-wise getting to work or school this morning. There are a few brake lights showing up on the Stoughton Road entrance to the Beltline, but that's about it right now. No accidents to report, so you're still going at posted speeds as you head into Madison from the surrounding communities.
Had's hoping that traffic stays pretty clear for my drive to the airport for my vacation.
I hope so too. Fingers crossed. How many more times did you mention that
every
this morning,
half
Leah?
hour. Every half hour, everyone.
Just
90
not
degrees.
right.
It'll
Just
be
not
okay.
right.
I'll bring you back some snacks.
Oh, thanks.
Maybe some sun. Thank you, Hattie.
You're welcome.
So we have had snow 27 of the last 35 days. And I don't know about you, that does not motivate me to get the car washed just to do it all over again.
But with the salt being put down on the roads, every time we see one of these winter systems, it should be toward the top of your to-do list. Christina Laurie is live at the Auto Spa off Verona Road to explain. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning, Leah and Danica. We all wait until the roads and forecast are clear to get our cars washed, but auto experts with Smart Motors say you should head here to the car wash every 2 weeks or so, especially during the winter months. And it's not just to get your car nice and shiny. It could save you money and improve your car's safety in the long run. That's because this year's winter is taking a toll on our vehicles. With the constant snowfall, plow trucks have had to put more chemicals down on the roads. Last week, the city put salt down on all streets for the first time in decades because of the conditions. That salt sticks to your car and can break materials down.
I think it's critical in the state that we live in, with especially this year with the amount of salt that's put down on the road, because that salt just attacks those suspension and brake system components. And you know, if you can keep that system clean, keep the salt off of it, you know, it's going to save you money in the long run in repairs.
Auto experts say salt that remains on a car's surface and undercarriage for any length of time can damage your vehicle's clear finish, promote rust, and affect the mechanics of your car. That's why it's important to make sure to get all areas of your vehicle clean. Even though you may not want to spend that much money right now, Smart Motors say it is an investment in the long run. So maybe over the next few days, now that the forecast is clear, you can head out here to the auto spa and get your car taken care of. Who doesn't love a clean car anyways, right, ladies?
I don't want to admit the last time that I got my car
Yeah,
cleaned.
I know.
Oof. It's on Danica's list. Christina, are you going to get it done this week?
Yeah, I can't tell you the last time I got my car washed either, so we're in the same boat. Maybe we'll go together.
All right. Sounds like a date. Christina Laurie reporting live for us. Thank you, Christina.
Car wash carpool right there. All right, 6:33 almost your time this morning, and a man is set to be sentenced tomorrow for making bombs in his apartment and allegedly plotting an attack on the UW-Madison campus. You may remember Brian Campbell was arrested last year after someone living in the same apartment complex on Madison's west side smelled a strange odor coming from his room. Police seized explosive materials from Campbell's home. He pleaded no contest last month to charges of second-degree reckless endangerment and possessing improvised explosives. New photos were made public for the first time yesterday out of court showing the inside of Campbell's apartment. And the assistant district attorney handling this case said the defendant had searched online for instructions on how to make bombs and had drawn maps of tunnels on the UW campus. If you would like to see all 75 photos from Campbell's home, we have those posted on channel3000.com.
The man accused of violently assaulting a 19-year-old woman on Langdon Street downtown has now admitted to that crime. 22-year-old Jerome Winslow told police during an interview that he punched the woman several times. At his court appearance yesterday, he was charged with 5 felonies. He is considered a repeat offender because of his extensive criminal background. A cash bond was set at $50,000.
We are hoping to learn more from Beloit authorities or U.S. immigration officials after federal agents searched a home in Rock County yesterday. Beloit police helped those agents execute a search warrant yesterday morning in the 1700 block of Tremont Drive. That's just off Prairie Avenue on the city's north side. No arrests were made. ICE officials did tell News 3 Now that they're investigating a crime against the U.S. government and that this search was not connected to an immigration case. You can stay posted on the latest over on channel3000.com.
A top Republican lawmaker is demanding a review of the National Guard's sexual assault policy here in Wisconsin. Senate Majority Leader Scott Fitzgerald demanded the review in a letter he sent Tuesday after meeting with a woman who accused her sergeant of touching her inappropriately. The woman says she reported that harassment back in 2014 and her complaints were never properly addressed. In his letter to the Wisconsin Guard's commander, Fitzgerald asked for more details on current policies and any recommendations to improve them. This comes as the Air Force is already investigating allegations of sexual assault and harassment within a Wisconsin Air National Guard security unit based here in Madison.
At the state capitol, Governor Tony Evers is vetoing the first bill to reach his desk. Evers said he was, quote, troubled and disappointed that Republicans proposed and passed a tax cut bill without bipartisan support or cooperation. The governor and Republicans agree that they want to cut taxes for middle-class families, but they disagree on how to pay for it. The Republican plan would have used a one-time budget surplus. Evers wants to fund the cuts by capping a manufacturing tax credit instead. He is expected to include that proposal in the state budget he's announcing next week. Republicans do not have enough votes in the legislature to overturn the governor's veto.
Evers says that next budget proposal will not include a new prison in Green Bay. This comes as the governor faces pressure to work on a solution for the state's overcrowded adult prisons. As of last week, there were nearly 24,000 inmates in a system designed for only 18,000. That means Wisconsin's prison population is 32% over capacity. 6:36 now. Exact Sciences will report earnings to investors later today for the first time since stocks surged to start the new year. The Madison-based biotech company isn't just processing at-home colon cancer tests. Last month, the State Journal reported it's also working on diagnostic tests for 15 of the deadliest types of cancer. The company's ultimate goal is to create a single universal blood test for cancer that would become part of your yearly visit to the doctor's office. Pretty neat work being done there.
That is fascinating. Imagine how revolutionary that would be if we could track down some of these cancers even sooner.
And happening right in our own backyard.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, 6:36 right now. About 200 leaders from the Catholic Church are at the Vatican for a first-of-its-kind summit on sex abuse prevention this morning. We'll share what the Pope is telling them in the morning sprint.
And a Partyville business owner says a $4,000 internet cancellation fee might put her out of business. We'll share her call for action when News 3 Now this morning continues.
All right, take a look at this picture. It is really cool. It comes from Jackson. He emailed us this. It's a Cooper's hawk in the snowy backyard this morning. I don't know where exactly this is. I gotta say though, even not up north this weekend, around here, I think I saw multiple hawks flying around over the weekend.
I am loving any sort of picture that has some nature in it, especially when we're dealing with this drab winter. This cheers up everybody. Thanks so much for sharing, Jackson. What does your morning look like? Take a picture, post it on our Facebook page or on Twitter, and use the hashtag MyNews3Morning so Danica and I can find and share our favorites right here on the program. Okay, there is a woman in Partyville calling for action over a $4,000 cancellation fee that's threatening to put her out of business. Candace Listina took over her mom's weekly newspaper, the Partyville Shopper, about a year ago now and inherited a pretty pathetic internet service. She says her Wi-Fi, provided by Frontier Communications, constantly dropped out and caused her to miss important printing deadlines. She switched her service over to Charter for more reliable, cheaper internet, who offers to typically pay for the $500 cancellation fee. So when she got a bill in the mail from Frontier, she thought it was just spam at first.
But nothing is ever described of what those cancellation fees actually are, which is that you will pay your entire bill for the rest of the contract.
So the rest of Candace's contract would cost $4,300. That's way more than a weekly shopper could afford. And Frontier is even threatening to take her to collections over this. So it made us wonder whether it's even legal for a company to charge that much and not be upfront about it in the contract. We're going to answer those questions and Candace's call for action tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
That is super interesting.
Can you imagine a $4,000 bill?
No, I cannot. A lot of people,
Unbelievable.
yeah, a lot of people couldn't afford that for sure. 6:42 right now. The snow is on hold and the highs will get up near 30 today. We will take it. But Hattie says there is a messy forecast ahead this weekend, from snow to sleet and freezing rain. But the sunshine coming before that. Her first look forecast is next.
But first, it's February 21st. We want to say happy birthday to Liam and all of the kiddos turning 3 today. Thanks for celebrating with us right here on News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning from the News 3 Now First Alert Weather Center. We'll start with the good news first this morning. Take a look at the sunrise time, 6:45 this morning. Sunsets almost 5:45. We are adding about 20 minutes of daylight each week as we go through the next couple of weeks. In a month, it'll be after daylight saving time begins, so note that the sunset 1 month from now will be after 7 o'clock in the evening. And then as we get towards June, of course, we're going to add about 4.5 hours of daylight to the day by the longest time of the day. So encouraging signs. Spring is around the corner. We're not done with winter just yet, though. Take a look at the GFS forecast model. This is starting Friday night. You can see some widespread precipitation to our west. That'll spread across southern Wisconsin during the overnight hours. Now, Saturday morning, there's likely going to be a mix of snow and freezing rain developing for the area, so roads may be slippery early on Saturday. As warm air continues to move into the region, that rain-snow line shifts into central or northern Wisconsin, so it's all rain. Any of that ice will melt, but that rain could be heavy at times through the afternoon and evening on Saturday. It will change eventually back to a mix and snow then on Sunday, with some accumulating snow possible. This forecast model is keeping most of that snow, though, to the north. Already on the map then by Monday morning is our next snowmaker that brings snow Monday night into Tuesday. Let's talk about that weekend storm, though, for just a minute. There could be some ice accumulations for Saturday morning, so keep that in mind. Again, temperatures will climb to around 40 on Saturday, so the ice will melt. We're adding a lot of moisture to the area, and with a good foot of snow on the ground in many locations, that could be problematic this weekend with that heavy rain. Snow with this particular model, it's keeping the heaviest bands of snow through central and northern Wisconsin. But again, any shifts in the track of the storm could move that heavy snow band north or south. So we'll continue to watch this one as it gets closer to Wisconsin. For today, though, we get to enjoy sunshine and relatively quiet conditions. Starting in the teens this morning, 15 in Madison, 12 in Platteville, Prairie du Chine's at 13 degrees this morning. Wind chill, though, is a little bit of a factor. That southwesterly wind, even at 5 to 10 miles per hour, makes it feel like it's in the single digits this morning. Now, winds will stay relatively light, so as temperatures climb today, the wind chill will actually rise into the 20s for the afternoon. Here's a look at your future track forecast model. Sunshine in the forecast today with temperatures topping in the upper 20s, close to 30 degrees later on this afternoon. Not a bad day at all. It will be a little bit colder tonight, though. Temperatures will bottom out in the single digits. Here's a look at your extended forecast. We are headed to highs in the mid-30s tomorrow and then right around 40 on Saturday. Alert days, though, are in the forecast this weekend with that messy mixture of precipitation. Looks like it is going to cool down, though, as we head through next week. Here's our pet walk forecast.
Oh, buddy.
We've been talking all morning about car wash.
Cat wash time.
Cat wash. Yeah, man, that is a rare cat that likes to be around water.
Once you turn on that faucet, it could be a very different story.
You're right, you're right. Spa day for Luna.
Maybe.
All right, thank you, Hattie.
You're welcome.
Morning Sprint's coming up next right here on News 3 Now this morning. Stay with us. 6:51, time for the morning sprint. Addie says we will see some sun today and tomorrow before snow, sleet, and rain return.
Might be a good day for a car wash. Let's start with Christina Laurie. She's talking about how all the road salt could be damaging your vehicle. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning, ladies. Topping it off with the best news, a couple of days without snow in the forecast, and auto experts at Smart Motors say you should take your car here to the car wash as soon as possible, and it's not just for looks. Auto experts say salt can damage your car's clear finish, promote rust, and affect the mechanics of the family car. They say we should be washing our cars at least every other week, if not more during the winter. That's why it's crucial to get your undercarriage washed, along with other crevices like door jambs. Washing the salt and sand away from those areas could help you avoid rust or a major breakdown of safety issue out on the road. Experts add it will also help your car hold its value over time.
Thank you, Christina. A stretch of Highway 26 near Watertown is back open this morning after it was closed for about 5 hours yesterday afternoon. Authorities have not identified the person killed in a multi-vehicle crash there. The sheriff's department says a car rear-ended a tanker truck around 1:30 in the morning. Shortly after, a third car hit that one, causing one of those vehicles to go up in flames.
There are accidents all over the place. Try to avoid the highway if you can.
That's the message from Marathon County officials this morning. They count nearly 100 calls about weather-related crashes just yesterday, including 77 crashes involving property damage. This is video from Wausau, where eastbound traffic on Highway 29 was backed up for more than an hour while emergency crews responded to a multi-car crash there near the Wisconsin River Bridge. Earlier this week, Wisconsin State Patrol issued a warning to be careful, particularly around bridges, reminding all of us to slow down, avoid cruise control, and keep the wheels steady.
Road conditions should improve greatly today. We have sunshine in the forecast. Skies are clear this morning as the sun comes up in Platteville. You can see that thanks to the Queen Bee Radio Sky Camera this morning. Temperatures, though, are a little chilly. We're, for the most part, in the teens across southern Wisconsin. Temperatures will climb to highs in the upper 20s, though, this afternoon.
Send my kid to school to learn, and that's a place where mothers send their kids to be comfortable in. I just feel violated in so many ways, me and my daughter, that this even happened to her.
That right there is Makia Price's reaction to her daughter allegedly getting her hair torn out by an acting principal in Madison. The 11-year-old girl says Rob Muller-Owens pushed her and pulled 3 braids out of her head. Now, Price says there is surveillance video from White Horse Middle School showing that event. Muller-Owens, who works as a positive behavior support coach, is on leave this morning. The Madison School District says he will not return to that middle school.
In Rock County, the Beloit School District says a teacher accused of sexually assaulting a student could return back to work if charges aren't filed. 53-year-old Scott Abbott was released from jail Tuesday night. Beloit police say that release was a decision made by the district attorney. Abbott has a tentative court date set for March 26, but he isn't currently facing any charges. A spokesperson with the school district said he could possibly go back to school if he's not charged with anything.
For the sake of innocent children around the world, everything is on the line for this.
A dozen sexual abuse survivors are asking the Vatican to implement a zero-tolerance policy for predator priests and church leaders who protect them. Today, about 200 leaders are at the Vatican for a 4-day sex abuse prevention summit that will include lectures and workshops on prevention, caring for victims, and investigating crimes. Pope Francis opened that summit this morning, saying condemnation for any abuse within the church is not enough.
We're hoping to learn more from officials after Beloit police helped U.S. immigration officials search a home on the city's north side yesterday morning. No arrests were made. ICE officials told News 3 Now they're investigating a crime against the U.S. government and that what happened was not connected to an immigration case.
The Sauk County village of Rock Springs is working on plans to move its downtown out of a floodplain after being hit with 27 feet of water over the summer. Madison.com reports the village's first priority is to rebuild the tax base by bringing in some new businesses. Meanwhile, leaders there are looking at moving buildings like the library, fire station, and village hall away from the Baraboo River.
This summer, some of the drab doorways on State Street could be brightened up with art. The Downtown Doors project is being funded by a $25,000 grant. The plan right now is to unveil the doors on May 1st, with the artwork to be displayed for at least a full year. Madison's Downtown Coordinating Committee will talk about that project tonight.
I'm very happy about team
And we are very happy for Amy Nelson, the newest inductee into the Packers Fan Hall of Fame. The Fence native memorizes the Packers schedule and the players' jersey numbers every season. Her favorite player is number 52, Clay Matthews. Her name will now be permanently displayed in the Green Bay Packers Hall of Fame at Lambeau Field.
Love that story. All right, 6:57 your time now. Let's turn it over to Jason Stone with a look at your first alert traffic. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning. Drivers are safely getting on the Beltline and moving at the posted speed limit in both directions. And vehicles are lining up on John Nolan at Rimrock and North Shore Drive. With your first alert traffic, I'm Jason Stone.
Thank you, Jason.
You're welcome.
And again, drive time's looking pretty good. You shouldn't have any issues weather-wise getting to work or school this morning. We have sunshine in the forecast. Take a live look from the Edgewater Sky Cam here in Madison. Skies are clear. Temperatures will climb to highs in the upper 20s this afternoon.
Enjoy it today. A different story this weekend. We will see you back here tomorrow. Have a good one.